What's up, guys? How's it going? Let's look. You already know. Let's look. So the intent behind, these readings and all readings, really just to try to see where we could have the best, biggest, healthiest, brightest possible influence on the state of affairs, on the world at large, in our own personal lives. And with that comes a lot of trial and error. With that comes a lot of methodology and practice here. Okay, that even includes storylines of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The Four of Wands came out in a reverse position. So to me, this speaks to a falling out of union. I do feel that at large, the tale of the divine masculine and the divine feminine are, at least within the 3D, they don't seem unified. Hey, Liz, how's it going? Thanks for commenting. The divine masculine and the divine feminine don't seem unified. Okay. I'm just doing a general picking into the creative collective energies here. The divine feminine, I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. How about you? The divine feminine and the divine masculine don't seem like they're in union. I mean, the Four of Wands in the reverse came out in the reverse. So, or the Four of Wands came out in the reverse. Now, you could put on your political conspiratorial hat, and you could say maybe that's being, inorganically fabricated. Maybe that's being constructed so that the divine masculine and the divine feminine move further and further away from each other. Societally speaking, at least in the West and definitely in the U.S., I do think that there's a war on the family. I do think there's a war on the family nucleus. I do think that there's a war on word of mouth, spreading information, definitely with YouTube, definitely with, Periscope back in the day, even on dating apps. I just, I know in my gut, I know in my heart that things are not straight up and things are skewed, politically, socioeconomically to those that are towing the line. I don't toe the line. I've never towed the line. I've never been a sellout. I never will be a sellout, knock on wood. And so, you have these social narratives that are leading our women astray. You have these social narratives that are leading, young men astray as well. And on the kind of 5D, 4D, I feel as though that as spiritualists and intellectualists, if I can make that word, if I could coin that word, because remember, this is the cutting edge as far as the quantum. You know what I'm saying? We are co-creating reality with our words here and now. So when you're tuning into this channel, this is the cutting edge as far as spirituality, poetry, philosophy, tarot, reading and integrating energies from the stars objectively that are there, and we're connecting the dots. So hopefully we're doing that in the highest regard. But I do get a sense, and we're using our instruments of our senses as well, our sixth sense, our intuition, that the Four of Wands, for that to come out in the reverse, this is definitely an era of the divine masculine and the divine feminine falling out of union with one another. Is how it's coming across here. And I think across the board, I think that more than ever, they're out of union here. So as spiritualists, as intellectualists, I think that we have to unify in the 5D within ourselves, first and foremost, the divine masculine, the divine child, and the divine feminine. And I think that that's how we turn this card right side up. And I think that it's imperative that we do that, and we stay mindful as to how we can do that. And we stay mindful as to whether we say it's easy or it's hard. I always tell myself it's easy and it's fun. Remember, this is all just for fun too. The cosmos and the creatives and the creations, it's all just for fun. So yes, there's this air of seriousness and imperative and initiative and responsibility, but at the end of the day, it would have to all be fun as well. But I think that there's a due diligence and a due responsibility that the in way towards fun in this kind of creationism is authentic. Okay, and I think in order to have that be, authenticated, we have to strip away some of the programming, all of the programming that we've been given. Because right now there's a lot of imperative, there's not a lot of initiative, there's a lot of incentive, emphasis, focus put on money. And I think we've completely let money get away from us. I think we've completely let it get away from us as far as a tool, as far as an energy, as far as it's tie, from the 5D, from forth the 5D. So, I do see something being called in. It's almost as if souls are being called in to incarnate into this dimension. It's quite literally a soul, being called forth. And it could very well be that these souls are looking at the divine masculine and the divine feminine as portal ways into this dimension. But I feel as though that just like anything, we can incarnate high vibrational souls and low vibrational souls. This is like a State of the Union address as far as like where we are spiritually. I think like collectively as in the 5D and in the 4D and all that. Look at this. This is almost like some sort of seance being done, being committed. And I say committed because it is an air of not knowing what's being incarnated here. And if I think in terms of like a war or something, it's almost as if we have the obligation and the responsibility to pull something in. We have to, be mindful of what it is that we're pulling in with these energies. I mean, quite literally, look at this, an embryo here. Okay, and it's being surfed towards, that portal. There's a phallic image of the mushroom, what have you. Three of Cups is celebration. So I do see the Death card here. Okay, this is about endings. It's almost as if I just feel like dimensions are being crossed. Like, I feel as though that like timelines are being extended and crossed here with the death card. I'm talking about endings here after all. Yeah, this is a reminder, this is a remembrance not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, something to be mindful of. Big picture and small picture, and medium sized picture. Okay. I do see coming out of challenging times in regards to financial or work related. Okay, because the sun card just came out here. But it's all about time in the game. Okay, you don't want to quit before the race is over, before the marathon is over. Anything else on this particular impasse here? Anything else on this particular impasse here? Okay, this is just remembering to rejuvenate, rest, when applicable. Yeah, there's a lot of like betrayal, rethinking like who are really your friends and who really like are your people. Is how this is coming across. You know, and you want to remember these days. You want to remember these times because you know who was there for you and who wasn't there for you is vital. Okay. Mm. Yeah, it's like, I'm just getting like this messenry of like being really close to, it's like when you're, you know, pulling up at the last second and you are like right in this thing, nosedive to the ground. And I'm hearing the phrase like by the skin of your teeth here, and just getting close enough. But that's the price we pay to you know play the game is what I'm getting here, because the Empress is here, and so you got the Sun card and the Empress coming out of this kind of like by the skin of your teeth here. So like you are fucking like flirting with that number 13 card over there, you know. But it makes for an exciting story, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see something, you know, transpiring that's going to shift, your day to day. It's going to be some sort of divine intervention. And that signal is definitely, you know, confirmation. You know what I'm saying? So, any more in this sudden change? I mean, it could definitely be the Empress. You could definitely be. I mean, we started off this reading saying about how the divine masculine and the divine feminine have been out of union. You know, any more in this Tower moment here? Yeah, you got the Ace of Wands here. So that's the boom boom room. That's the boom boom stick. Okay, that's possibly finding your significant other on the physical plane. Okay. Okay, the Starman's here, so this is about manifestation. Remember all the times and all the days that you were manifesting. That doesn't go unnoticed. That doesn't go, you know, that doesn't just go empty-handed. So, and I feel like that's easy to lose sight of, you know. It's easy to lose sight of the fact that like water does meet its level based on the work and the energy that you put out there. I mean, hell, you might not even believe it at all. And maybe on face value, it's just a matter of, well, what do I got to tell myself to get to the next day or to get to, whatever. The morale, right? We spoke about war earlier. The morale of your troops, the constitution and the conviction, convincing, of yourself to continue based on your beliefs. And that might even require crossing a desert. And I feel like that's what's been going on. But it almost guarantees like a greater reward or reaching what's really meant to be yours. Okay, so I do see that Empress coming, and to me that does signal that kind of counterpart to the divine masculine. Let's see. So that's what's coming out as far as like the collective energies, and hopefully a conscious, creation here. Okay, anything else on this King of Pentacles in reverse here? This King of Pentacles in reverse here. Okay, you got the Moon card. See new direction, new incentive, new initiative. Okay, I see victory and success here. After fighting for a cause, fighting for your stay, cutting out those that either weren't there for you or not supportive on any front. Okay. And they were doing themselves a disservice. Okay. Because I see the card of self-sabotage coming out for that incarnation of the divine feminine. I swear, it just comes across as like you just took like the world's best shot and you fucking won. Whew. Lord. Spoke about that desert. This figure, this is a figure here, and they're just fucking beaten. But that motherfucker crossed that desert. He made it there. That's crazy. I'm a motherfucking star boy. That's what I'm hearing. Man, motherfucking magician himself out of whatever. Because, yeah, that 10 is about endings, but I'm just seeing that you made it anyway. You made it to this kind of stairway to heaven type deal. To this portal. Okay, anything else? But you had to slay some motherfucking shit. But, you're ranking up as well because the King of Wands is here. Okay, so there's some high caliber stuff coming here. And, you're just coming across as like battle tested here. So, very cool. You might even meet the person that you're supposed to have children with, is what I'm getting here. that last piece of the puzzle to create a happy, harmonious family here. Yeah, because that Lover's card is fucking boom, pow. We had the Four Wands in the upright. That's union. So I feel as though that there is going to be a new wave of divine masculine and divine feminine incarnating in the 3D this spring. Finally water reaching its level after having, crossed the desert, as it were. And, growing would be an understatement. Like, this was like stretching, I'm telling you, man, by the skin of your teeth is what I'm getting here. So very cool, very interesting. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you have to say for us? Okay, I see giving power away. Any more on this offer here with the Prince of Cups in the upright? Okay, I see you're going to be offered something fair and just. Okay, with the Justice card in the upright. What's this competition card? What's this competition card here? Okay, the Queen of Wands is here as well. So this is going to be a formidable match here. What's the giving power away for the Emperor? Yeah, coming out of your thoughts here. You see this Nine of Wands figure, this negative thoughts entering his mind there. Okay, so be mindful that you're not allowing those thoughts to creep in, because it's almost as if like just when you like cross the desert, and the analogy of like, remember like Jesus like had to come into encounter with Satan, and it's like all that stuff is what I'm getting here. So be mindful of that, because you're just fucking crossing the finish line, and this is the exact time that you will be tempted the most as far as that negativity is concerned. So do not, I repeat, do not throw the baby out with the bathwater, because you're right there, baby. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave that there, and I might restart the live stream just to have people, if they're interested in a reading, they could text me or whatever. So we'll see. Love you guys. Holla at your boy. Peace.